Hi, this is Glenn Mazzari, and you're watching EVH Gear Discussion with Eric Broadbent.
Welcome to another edition of EVH Gear Discussion. My name is Eric Broadbent, and today's episode is being brought to you in part from our sponsors, the Van Halen News Desk and VanHalenStore.com. In this episode, we're going to be taking a fun look at the EVH 5153 microstack. And I know this isn't a review of the amplifier. I've done one of those before, which is around 11,000 views on YouTube right now. So you've seen me do that. But what we're going to be doing today is having a look at what this thing can do with an external processor or adding some effects to it. And we're going to be using an iPad, believe it or not, a simple iPad and a free app that's online that you can download from Positive Grid. It's called JamUp Guitar Effects and JamUp Guitar Amps and Multi Effects Processor. Now it is a free app, and you can buy an upgrade which will unlock a few things, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. And this video isn't going to be centered around the app itself. That's a video for another day. You can research that on your own. But I just want to show you, I was kind of inspired the other day. I thought, hey, let's try something. And I've had the program for a long time, and I don't use it that much. I am not a real fan of modeling amplifiers or modeling software. I do use it from time to time. To me, there's nothing better than the sound of a tube amp with a few pedals in front of it or whatever, or just a pedal, or just the amp on its own. But I was just having some fun, thought I'd try it. And I hooked up the output to the microstack. I kept it clean on the microstack, that is, and ran this app in there. And I had a lot of fun. It was actually quite inspiring and got pretty down loud for the room I was in. So anyways, like I say, we're going to hook up the free version of the app. And looking at the description, it says you can purchase a full version for $19.99. It's half off right now for $9.99. I had bought it when it was $20. And what the pro version will give you compared to the free version, there are a few extra amps and things like that that'll unlock, and it also will unlock an 8-track multi-track unit, which is very, very cool. And another feature I haven't used much yet, but I can see myself using it in the future, and a lot of people will. There is a thing where you can import an MP3. So one of your Van Halen songs, if you want to learn it, you can speed correct it. You can slow it right down to learn the notes phrase by phrase. And then you can also, pitch correct, so you still don't have to tune your guitar. You can slow the phrases down. It's like the old days when we used to slow our records down. You don't have to do that anymore. You can do it with digitally. So in a moment, I'm going to plug in. We're going to hear what this sounds like, and it's going to be perfect for around the campfire, wherever you don't have to have a power supply. Just run your 5153 microstack on a battery. Your iPad, obviously, it's battery charged. Take it out there. You need an interface to get your tone into the iPad. And when I say iPad, iPhone, whatever you're using, I happen to be using an Apogee Jam 96K interface. It's around 150 some odd bucks, give or take. You can use other things like from iRig and things like that. But nonetheless, it's a relatively inexpensive way to have a nice little portable rig and have some fun with it. Don't forget, you can get that amplifier as well, the 5153 microstack, at the Van Halen store. I think they have it on sale right now for $49.99, and they are in stock. So get one while you can, because they are a hot commodity. So we're going to cut away here in a moment. I'm going to do a little bit of a performance video using the iPad, the microstack, and see what you think. And we'll go from there. We'll see what you think. Okay, so there you have it. There was a little bit of performance using the iPad and the 5153 microstack amplifier. I hope you like what you heard. It is quite fun, and the app itself can be quite inspiring. I just happened to grab a couple pedals and a couple amps that I liked and put them in the little signal flow and got the tone I was looking for. It's a pretty quick learning curve. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure this thing out, or a sound engineer. It works really, really well. And just a little tip that I can give you on the 5153 microstack to get the best tone out of it. Always have an extra 1 or 2 9-volt batteries with you, because when the 9-volt batteries tends to get starved, if it's even about half capacity of a charge, the amp will start to be really working to try to produce a sound, and it does get even fuzzier than it normally is. So that's just my little tip. Have an extra battery, and keep that battery for a spare, the one that you've just taken out of the amp, use it for something else. Not a smoke alarm or anything like that. But always have a couple fresh batteries, and it will give you a better tone out of the amplifier. So be sure once again to visit my sponsor, VanHalenStore.com. Pick up your 5153 microstack amplifier. And again, the link to this app will be in the description of this video, so you can follow that through the iTunes App Store and grab that. And you can get away with a free one, so I'm not trying to pitch you on anything you don't necessarily have to buy. But have some fun with it. And as always, please like and subscribe, and I'll keep these videos coming. And I do have a couple cool things coming in the very near future. I might as well give you a tip on that. I'm going to be having a fun Google Hangout and interview with my friend Sean Silas. There's some great stuff on EVH gear and more, and talk about his band. And also going to do a fun look at the EVH striped shoes from the Van Halen store. There's a lot there to choose from. Summer coming around the corner here. It's time to get out some really cool Van Halen merch and stand out from the crowd. So we're going to have a look at those, possibly the guitar picks as well. So lots coming. And once again, thanks so much, and we will talk to you soon. Cheers.